Here we will be discussing our C language and we will be discussing the C++ also, but it should be clear in our minds that the C++ language is based upon C language, and C contains the whole C language, and it should also be in our mind that C++ was invented based upon C language. So all the concepts developed in C++ or all the functionalities in C++ are based on C language. It is really important for everyone who wants to learn C++, he should know C language. It is not possible that you don't know C language and you say that you are a master in C++ language. So all the concepts, all the functionalities that are contained in C, that leads to the development in C++. So you first learn C and then you learn the concepts in C++. As of today, C++ is now a standard language, and it has come to a point where all other languages are being compared by the C++. So whenever a new language is being developed, its syntax, its style and philosophy is compared with C++. That shows the popularity of C++. There are many reasons for this level for C++. If we see the history, if you go to the first chapter of our book and you study the history of C++, the main point of C++ is that it is developed by the programmers, and programmers knew their requirements. So these 2 points, the programmers knew their requirements, they actually developed C++ according to their requirements. So now programmers like this language, and it has become a de facto standard for all other languages. The concepts, as I written here, the syntax of the C++ language, the style of C++ language, and the philosophy in this syntax and style has become a standard for other languages. Similarly, new algorithms are developed to solve problems, and new techniques are proposed to solve any scenario or to perform any functionality. So when the concept has to be delivered in form of an algorithm or in a technique, it is mostly done in C++. As we discussed earlier, that it has become a standard language. This is the reason that now new algorithms and new techniques are described using C++. And it is also assumed that the whole or the most part of the software industry knows C++. That's why the new algorithms and techniques are described using C++, because everyone will be able to understand the concepts in these new algorithms and techniques. Now let's see the characteristics of C. Now going back to the initial point, that C++ is based on C language. So the concepts required to understand C++ are based on C language. So first you understand C and then you go to the C++. And the point mentioned here that C is a middle level language. If we divide or if we classify the programming languages, then these languages are classified into 3 levels. The first level, the low level, middle level and high level languages. You might heard about assembly language or machine language. These are called low level languages. Similarly, there are languages that like Visual Basic or other languages that you can see in the chapter 1. Those are considered as a high level languages. So referring to our book, if we see this table 1.1, now here it shows the languages that are classified as highest level, then the middle level, and definitely the low level languages, which are probably you may not be able to see here. So in highest level languages, you might heard about basic. If you go to Microsoft site, then you might have seen this Visual Basic or basic, and these are other languages which of course you should know at least their names. And in the middle level languages, we have Java, C Sharp, C++, C, and of course here we have macro assembler, or you can say here we are just considering the low level languages as machine level language. So these are three classes for programming languages, and C comes into the middle level language.